Anything that can help take that pain away and make it more manageable, that has my attention. I love the free delivery, and they take care of the paperwork for you. So if you have Medicare and need help for back, ankle, knee, or shoulder pain, please call the Health Alert Hotline at 800-428-1570. That's 800-428-1570. Agents are standing by 24/7, so go ahead and call now. 800-428-1570.
Welcome, folks. Fifth Street Sports. It's a Friday afternoon, 1 o'clock. Well, just a little past 1. We're on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can catch us on iHeartRadio, American Forces Network. Also, we stream live on YouTube and Facebook. I'm Frank Perez. I will be joined with Oklahoma Brian. Of course, in the third segment, I have all the selections from Rick, waiting on Joey Casano and Daniel Wages. Brian, we had our first real rough night yesterday. We really took it on the chin. We lost with our Cincinnati, Illinois, but I guess we were due, right?
Yeah, we were due. That's right. How did my games do? I didn't get a final count.
Gosh, I can't. I'll find them because I bet them all. And boy, I tell you what, this morning I was trying to duct tape the window so none of the gas would get out, but but it was a rough night. But it's okay. I mean, we've been so hot. I mean, we were kind of due for a bad night, you know.
I always like to rationalize to myself, well, I was going to lose the outs. You know, I was about to get thrown out, so now maybe the bookmaker wants to keep me around now that I'm mortal.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking, boy, 1 or 2 more days, like the way we've been having them, I'm going to start logging it in and seeing the old call customer service or account suspended. Meanwhile, after last night, I think we got a little cover for a few more days.
Probably.
You
Yeah.
know, hey, now, you know, it was interesting. I was looking at the AAF games. You guys may be right. I mean, these games are now 34, 35, 33 and a half. Is it time to start going over, Mr. Grover?
I believe it is. I think it's hard to want to go over when every single game has gone under, but I think these totals are too low, and I believe that this league is going to survive and last. They're going to have to get the scoring up. They're going to have to, maybe let the offensive line hold or throw a few pass interference flags. Something's going to have to happen because no one's going to tune in to watch 13-3 games.
All right, folks, we got a great show coming up. We got to take a break. Got to pay these bills. Back in 3 minutes.
You're the family chef, but with homework, practices, email, getting a good meal on the table is tough. Sometimes the best choice is the easy choice. Delicious Bob Evans mashed potatoes and mac and cheese, made with ingredients like real milk, butter, potatoes, and cheese. Bob Evans sides are ready in the microwave in 6 minutes, and they're the perfect complement to any meal. Once your family tries them, it'll be love at first bite. Get Bob Evans sides today in the refrigerated section at your favorite grocery store.
Bob Evans down on the farm.
I'm Nick Ebram. I like to have a nice smooth shave. I do have a goatee. I like to make sure the skin around it is nice and smooth. And when you're using one of those disposable razors, you never know what you're going to get. You don't get a great shave. I tell you, I have found the solution to my shaving issues with Harry's razors. Non-slip, comfortable handle. I think these are absolutely the best. Right now, you can get a $13 value trial set. Comes with everything you need for a close, comfortable shave. Weighted ergonomic handle, a 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip, a rich lathering shave gel, a travel blade cover. You can get a $13 value trial set right now. Go to harrys.com/World Soccer. Go right now, harrys.com/World Soccer. Redeem your offer right now and let them know that I, Nick Ebers, sent you. harrys.com/World Soccer to go get your Harry's razors.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the Tax Helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
Hey guys, your prostate should be the last thing on your mind, but the fact is, the older you get, the more likely you'll have prostate problems, which can affect your everyday life. That's where Prostate Complete by Real Health comes in. Prostate Complete is the result of 20 years of experience as a leader in men's health. The powerful formula in Prostate Complete supports natural prostate function and reduced urinary urges for a better quality of life. Available at Walmart. Visit prostateoneperday.com for special offers. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Folks, we are back. This is Fifth Street Sports. I'm joined with Oklahoma Brian. I'm Frank Perez. We're on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. We got a great show for you today. It's Friday. Boy, sometimes I really miss that we can't transmit right now on Saturdays and Sundays because we get a lot of our stuff in. By the way, Daniel Wage is again really solid with Portland State. Joey, we had a rough one. We had Arkansas, Little Rock. We lost a little bit with that one. But, folks, everybody can, believe me, anybody can have a bad night. Brian, speaking of bad, when people think, oh, you guys had a bad time, did you know that Michael Jordan actually got cut from his first high school team?
I do know that. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Right.
So
if he can get cut, we can have a bad night, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Maybe maybe we're due for a bigger night tonight. It was kind of a sacrificial night before the conference tournaments fully get underway this weekend.
Oh, I just, I have Rick's selections. They're going to come up in the third segment. I've bet those already. I don't one bad night doesn't ever faze me.
Did you see what happened with LSU today?
Oh no, you got to tell me about this.
Well, Will Wade has been suspended indefinitely, and you got to think that he's probably done. They seldom will just fire anybody abruptly. You always have to suspend them indefinitely so that they don't have, you basically have to show that you went through the proper process. And so he's been suspended, and he'll probably be terminated in 2 weeks, whatever Human Resources says that they can do that. But the interesting thing is, I don't know this. Okay, I'm only speculating. But the guy they put in his place is a guy named Tony Benford. I've known this guy since my childhood because he played at Texas Tech. He's a good player. Coached at North Texas most recently in terms of head coaching. But, I don't think this guy is completely clean from everything I've heard. He was kind of involved. Now, he has not been picked up on a wiretap. But I think when it's all said and done, I actually think the guy that they hired as the interim coach is actually, the guy actually going out and executing the transactions that Will Wade was engineering.
I got to ask you though, you used the word wiretap. What agency would have what agency would actually get the warrant or whatever to the permission to wiretap a college coach? I mean, is it FBI or?
Yeah, it was the FBI. Well, remember they were going after these Adidas employees. So the focus initially was on the Adidas employees, and I don't think we know yet if we'll find out, when the government has to file all of the discovery that's required in the court case, assuming that Wade is eventually charged. But I think the thinking is now it was a wiretap on the sneaker guys, and he was talking to them. But I don't know that for sure. If someone knows more that, but I believe that's the yeah. So they absolutely the Justice Department has been going after these these Adidas guys for quite some time, and a number of them are cooperating with the government, and so we're starting to see kind of a little bit more of what the government actually has.
You don't really realize it because to get a wiretap, it's usually a very, very major thing that they've either done they've got a lot of discovery on, they've got a lot of info, and now they finally want to like get it confirmed or checkmated with a wiretap. I remember even when they were trying to wiretap some of the mafia guys here in Vegas, even Gotti and that, it takes a lot to get a wiretap. I mean, they have, for you to actually get a wiretap permission, warrant, you've got to have you don't hand it into a judge on a napkin. It's got to be something super serious that, and it's scary because 5 or 6 weeks ago, you discovered this way before anybody on our little Fifth Street Sports Show, the tip of the iceberg, that, to get an actual, most of the time, would you agree that these cases with allegations and paying college players and coaches cheating, it came out from another player saying it or another person, or never a wiretap? This is pretty serious.
It is. And what makes this one different is in the past, it was always kind of a he said, she said thing. And coach could just say, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. We're clean. We don't pay anyone. And that's what's been kind of the story thus far for a lot of coaches. What is different about this is like you said, now the federal government's involved. There's recordings of these conversations. These guys are going to be subpoenaed. They're going to be put under oath, and they're going to have to actually tell the story under oath. And I suspect their story is going to change a little bit once they're under oath, or they're potentially looking at, doing significant time for perjury. So I think this is really kind of a pivotal moment in kind of college basketball. And as usual, where's the NCAA? Like maybe in 6 months they'll send out a letter of investigation. I always wonder, like, how is it possible for the NCAA to move so slow when everyone else seems to know what's going on? But I kind of think it's by design, to be honest. I think that I oftentimes think the NCAA doesn't want to know any more than the bare minimum.
Brian, I just gotta tell you, buddy. I mean, every time I flip through the TV, I try not to watch too much of it. I always got that same. You've seen that Vince Lombardi on the sideline, that one gesture he always makes. What the hell's going on around here? Every time I do it. Now,
one of my favorites.
Every day when I see this, I see now with the Michael Jackson, the college picks, governor sending dick pics. I mean, come on, what the hell's going on around here? Is there anything sacred anymore? I mean, the presidency, the thing. Come on. I mean, before you know it, you're going to have guys sticking trouts up their ass on YouTube, and it's going to be just fine with everybody.
Let me interrupt you guys for a sec, because I have a question. What is the solution to this problem then, Brian and Frank? Should the NCAA allow these players to get paid, or allow them to take sponsorship deals? I mean, what's going to be the way forward from here?
Yeah, how do you solve it?
Well, that's a great question, Andrew. I don't know honestly, something has to change. I think that what really kind of instigated a lot of this is the NBA telling high school kids they couldn't come into the league directly. So it created this really weird market for one and done players that never had any intention on being a college student or graduating. It was simply like a pit stop on your way to the NBA. And the sneaker companies realized these guys were 1 year away from signing NBA contracts, and it's easy to identify who the elite, the lottery picks of next year's draft are going to be. So the sneaker companies say, hey, why don't we come in and sign these guys early? And it's just a really corrupt system. I think that if college basketball is going to survive, it needs to go back to being college basketball, to actually having people play that actually want to be there, that want to stick around, get a degree. You stick around 3 years at least, hopefully 4. And it won't be as explosive, as athletic of a game maybe, but I think it's a better fit for the viewers. And those guys, I think they need to be going to Australia or Europe or some kind of developmental league.
Right.
Using the NCAA as your AAA is definitely that experiment didn't work.
Hey, Brian, I think you have really triggered something today here, and you've turned over the right rock, because upper management has just come down to the studio, and this discussion that you've started has triggered something. They want in on this discussion. So, folks, when we come back, Brian has really stepped. I think he's sitting on a powder keg. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Attention business owners. Are you struggling while waiting for your customers to pay on their net 30, 60, or 90-day invoices? Can't get a business loan? Have no equity? Bad credit? Or maybe no credit at all? Then you need to call AmeriFactors right now. AmeriFactors will give you cash for your invoices, and there's nothing to pay back. We simply buy your account receivables, and if those clients don't pay on the invoices, we take the loss. We give you funds based on your account receivables, not your credit, and 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez, and in the studio, Brian has, I don't know if he sat on a powder keg or what he brought up with us, but upper management has come downstairs. Brian, not only that, is we have actually in studio, we have one of our listeners, and I guess, he helps us. He is a 27-year federal agent. He's worked for the Mounties, and he's done a lot of things undercover. He just told me during the break everything it takes to get a wiretap. All right, it's over a 500-page, because it's the most intrusive form of every investigation to get through on a wiretap. It's the most difficult thing. They've exhausted every other avenue of trying to find out what's going on. So when you say that LSU is now on wiretap, I mean, it's pretty serious. And just talking about serious, is we got the boss downstairs here that is just chomping at the bit to get to you and say something about this.
Is it just me, or is Nick looking a little older than normal today?
Yes. Well, thank you. I am a full year older now. But thank you for pointing that out. It was my birthday on the 2nd, so I had a nice time. Look, guys, there's a number of questions I'm going to ask here of this discussions. Number one, why on earth is the federal government involved in collegiate athletics? Why is this is not something for the federal government to be involved in. Why are we spending our tax dollars adjudicating and being the referee for collegiate sports? This is what the NCAA is supposed to do, number one. Number two,
well, they're not.
We've criminalized everything. I mean, okay, so when a coach takes a player out to a barbecue or invites him around to his house, I mean, you're going to have a wiretap and you're going to have black helicopters and SWAT teams rappelling off the roof. I mean, this is all absolutely ridiculous, number one. Number two, look, there is a fundamental inequality in collegiate athletics, big-time collegiate athletics. These big colleges, your alma mater in particular there, Mr. Oklahoma Brian, will go into the inner city and will recruit kids to come to their college who would not normally otherwise be looking at the collegiate path in life. A lot of times they have families they have to support. They have some of them have children already, and they come in and they play for the university. They get an education whose value, quite honestly, is very dubious. Not saying anything about your college in particular, but I mean, what are they really learning? And then many times they're fundamentally illiterate when they graduate. And the colleges make so much money, and the NCAA makes so much money off these players. It is ridiculous to expect that these guys are not going to have to still support their families back home or wherever it is they're going to have to do. It is outrageous. And there are clearly tiers of schools. There are some tiers that, generate a lot more revenue than others. But if you can tier out those schools, and I'm sure you guys can do that, those players should be paid a living wage for what they're doing. I'm not saying they should make $1 million, but give them 50, 60 grand a year.
Well, you make a lot of good points, and actually, I think you just answered your own question. But let me address a couple of things you just said, because I agree with just about everything you said, except for your opening point. The reason that the FBI needs to come and deal with this is because the NCAA refuses to. They're running a professional league while claiming it's an amateur league. They have all of the tax protections of being a nonprofit organization, yet by the way, the rumor is that LSU's basketball team's payroll was $1.2 million this year. So we'll see how accurate that is, but that's what I've been told. So I don't know what we can do. Do we allow the sneaker companies and universities to run essentially what is a professional league to have an official policy of not paying players, all the while the only teams that can succeed and actually flourish in this twisted system are the ones who are willing to cheat. It needs to be cleaned up, and I think they're doing the right thing.
But Brian, look, if they had received the value of an education, which was $1.2 million, you wouldn't have the black helicopters and the SWAT team rappelling down the side of the building. I mean, that's where the hypocrisy is here. You're saying, well, you can pay them in this, but you can't pay them in that. You can give them food and lodging, but they can't go to a barbecue at the coach's house. I mean, it is the most ludicrous, cockamamie, asinine set of antiquated rules that the FBI has absolutely no business getting involved in enforcing the rules of an amateur sports league. If they're breaking the rules, let the NCAA do their own investigation and suspend them. It's not the FBI. There's no crime here. I mean, what's the crime? The crime is the kid plays basketball and somebody pays him. Okay, if he doesn't file taxes, that's a federal crime, admittedly. But, if he does, what's the big deal?
Yeah. Do you have a problem with the university proclaiming itself as not the university, I should say, the athletic department, characterizing itself as a not-for-profit organization and not having to pay taxes like a professional sports league should?
I have a problem with any university, big-name university, declaring its athletic team to be not-for-profit.
So, Brian, but are the universities actually like 501c3s?
Yeah.
They really are?
Some of them are.
Really, just like Make-A-Wish Foundation and all the things, just a complete charity.
Well, absolutely. And up until recently, now this law is being phased out, but up until recently, if you were a booster and you wanted to write a $20,000 check to your alma mater, you would not only it was a pretty sweet system for you, because you would get the tax break of making a donation to your university, but at the same time, they would, reward you with season tickets and junkets on the, university plane to go to ball games, and it's just a totally.
Wait. So
it's a broken system.
So let's say that we're rich, and then I want to write $100,000 check, let's say to St. Jude's Hospital, to ASPCA, and I get to use it as a tax deduction. Now, instead, I write the $100,000 check to Texas Tech. And Texas Tech sends me season tickets, come get this, and all kinds of perks. St. Jude's ain't going to do that. Neither is they're not sending me a cat or a dog from the ASPCA. Is it the same donation to like a nonprofit organization?
Yeah, but St. Jude's might well put your name on the building. St. Jude's will invite you to the big gala dinner. St. Jude's will probably send a limousine for you. I mean, this is the hypocrisy here with this entire situation.
Yeah, it is, and so use the analogy of writing a check to your local NPR station each year. You get a tote bag. In the case of the university, they give you tickets. Now that loophole is being phased out, and that will no longer be available in the future. But the university still operates its athletic program as a nonprofit entity, and that is wrong, in my opinion.
I do not want $1 of my tax money going to enforce the rules of an amateur sports league who makes gazillions. How much did TNT pay the NCAA for the rights to college basketball? It was in the billions, 1.3 billion, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
I think there's a problem, though. I mean, I know you want to talk about some of these universities being on saying they're non-for-profit. They shouldn't do that. But what about the small universities? I mean, that's where the problem comes down, right? The underfunded ones, the ones with the athletic department that is barely making it. How can you differentiate the two? Ultimately, I think the big universities are able to bank off the fact that there are tiny universities out there in Division III, NAIA, Division II, even Division I to a certain degrry, that just do not have the funds. It really only works towards the benefit of the Alabamas.
Andrew, you played college sports. I believe Adams State, is that your alma mater? And so, what were the inducements like for you? I mean, I assume you had room and board and a meal ticket to the cafeteria?
Nothing. Zero.
No,
$0, 0 cents.
You did when you were Hawaii Pacific.
When I was at my original 4-year university, I was getting a 25% scholarship, which I still had to take out loans. I still had to do the student loans thing. But at my last school, there was nothing.
Yeah,
and nothing for the program, nothing for the soccer program, at least.
Yep.
The football program and a couple of the women's programs and the track program specifically, the track program and cross country program are some of the best in the nation there. A lot of the athletic dollars made it there, but a lot of the other sports didn't get the same kind of
but Andrew,
money.
that's because you were playing in an orphan sport. Men's soccer is one of these sports that has been absolutely gutted by Title IX. You know, and the fact that I believe Division I has to provide scholarships. They don't do partial scholarships in football, I believe. They do in basketball, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they have to do full for almost every sport for Division I. But for specifically at my school, it's not just men's soccer.
Yeah, but
though.
I don't want to talk
point.
about soccer Division II.
Yeah. I know.
The point is that
there
are different universities. The
Uh-huh.
universities that we're talking about are not the ones that we're referring to in this last bit of the conversation. I'm talking about the Alabamas, the Clemsons, the Georgias, these guys.
You actually raised a really interesting point, which also has to be addressed. The concept of Title IX is actually very relevant in paying athletes, because Title IX is going to insist that if you pay a stipend to revenue sports, you're going to have to pay a stipend to the female equivalent. You can't pay the football team and not the gymnastics team.
Hold that thought. We gotta pay some bills. We'll be back in 3 minutes, folks. And it's Talk You Can Bet On, third segment. Back in 3.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780. It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.
Wow, folks, Fifth Street Sports, we are back. I'm Frank Perez. This is Talk You Can Bet On. It's the third segment. We got Oklahoma Brian. Wow, Brian, you actually opened up a can of can of, I don't know, maybe good, interesting stuff over here. We had the boss flying down from downstairs, Andrew chiming in. But this is God's honest truth. I have a ex-law enforcement officer sitting right in front of me, right underneath the TV, 27 years on the force, told me exactly what it takes to get a wiretap. It is the absolute most, it's the last resort, the most intrusive form of investigation. Even when they wanted to get Gotti and all these guys, it took so much to get it through a circuit judge, even in the Southern District. I mean, when you opened up this thing 5 weeks ago on LSU, everybody thinks, oh, there's another cheating, another suspension. This is serious, buddy.
Yeah, and not only is it cumbersome and difficult hurdle to get over to get the to get the warrant, it's also incredibly expensive, and that's why you seldom see state and local, almost never see state and local authorities able to use the benefits of wiretapping. It's exclusively a federal tool for the most part.
Right,
it costs a lot of money.
He just held up a thing. It's a 500-page document that you got to minimum to get it through. So I think next week I'm going to do my homework this weekend, because I may have a solution for the NCAA on all. I mean, see, for me, I've always thought of these kids that are going to be the one and dones, like they're only going to go to college for 1 year, then they're going to go to the pros. I believe that their education in that year should be on finance. Like, let's do the math on home mortgages, how to buy a car, how to buy life insurance, all these kind of things that they're actually going to be relevant to them in 1 year. Don't teach them about, I don't know, history or social studies or any of these things that they're not interested. Teach them about something that next year, when they get a paycheck for $9 million, they know how to do an interest rate, they know how to buy life insurance, they know how to buy a car and a home mortgage, and mathematics. And then
how about how to hire an agent that won't steal from them? That's probably the first.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
At that point, you're compromising the school's curriculum for one or two specific guys. I mean, that's pretty silly. I just think you have to remove this one and done thing. Period. I mean, if you want to go super radical with it, then you totally remove the NCAA as a stepping stone to the NBA, and you create a division below the NBA where you can
they
pick
should
up
have those
talent.
classes.
Like that, it was the G League, right? That was what it's called.
Sure.
You do something like that. I mean, I think that's a much better solution than
but
letting these guys play in college and essentially get used, right?
But they should have those classes anyways for everybody.
But Andrew's right. But the only problem, Andrew, is thus far people don't turn out to watch the G League. They don't turn on their TV to watch the G League. They like watching their alma mater or their favorite. It's silly, but that's the reason. Is you put a LSU jersey on these kids, and 20,000 people want to show up and watch the game.
Oh, I totally understand that. I'm not saying that taking it that far is going to be the way to do it. I think the best stopgap kind of short-term situation is make sure these kids spend at least 3 years, or at least get their associates. Something to keep them in school longer than 1 year, where they can get essentially exploited for however long that they're at that school for, exploited for however short they're at that school for 1 year. But anyways, we have some picks.
Yeah, we do. Okay, folks, this is Talk You Can Bet On. Let's come in early. First, we have Joey Casano in on 8 at joeycasano.com. The guy's really good. I can't wait for his Sunday. He's 9-0 the last 3 Sundays with me. 889 Western Carolina pick in from Joey Casano. Daniel Wages, buddy, you were one of the only winners yesterday with Portland State. What do you got? Is he in on anything? Where's Daniel at? Nothing from Daniel. Well, then, Brian, before you go, why don't we put up Rick's selections here up on the screen, and then we can read them off. So, Andrew, if you can put up Rick's selections here, I can read them off to you in order. I think he's got, there are Rick's picks, 561, NBA now, 561 Philadelphia plus 8.5, 565 Denver plus 6.5. Now he's got 3 college games, 853 Minnesota plus 7, 857 Akron plus 2.5, and finally 886 Loyola Marymount minus 4.5. That's from Rick. Guys, solid. We all had a bad night yesterday. We're coming back. We've had an unbelievable month. So there's Rick's 5. All right, Brian, you're on deck now. What do you got there, buddy?
I'll start off with a game in I believe this is the Ohio Valley Conference tournament game. It's Murray State laying 5. It's game number 900, 5.5, somewhere around there. Not only do I like this play, I really want this team to win because we need Murray State in the tournament. Probably the most exciting player in college basketball plays for Murray State. And it would be a shame to not have Murray State in the tournament. And I think they're a great play. I like this matchup versus Jacksonville State.
So Murray State minus 5.5?
Yeah, I think you can still get a 5 on it.
Ooh, that's big.
Depending on what you got. I did like the under in the Missouri State game where it's already in the second half.
Is it going under?
Oh, yeah. A couple other games that I think are fairly decent. One of them is Western Michigan getting they're getting 3 now, but that's a good play. I like that play. And another play that I like a lot is Drake going under 140.
Drake under. Yeah, because we're still using the theory. Are we going to still round robin arenas under the ones we determine are going to be unders?
Yeah. So this has actually been the most under conference in all of conference tournaments. Is this Missouri Valley Conference Arch Madness, as they call it? They play it in St. Louis every year at the Scott Center. And actually, I might as well give out the other game, the last game, which is Northern Iowa, Southern Illinois. That's the nightcap in that conference. I like that one. And we won't be on the air tomorrow, but one of the greatest edges in all of conference basketball is in this particular conference. The team that plays in the last game tonight, for some reason, typically has to end up playing. I'll have to look at the bracket, but it's been like this for the last 20 years, has to play the early morning game at 11 a.m. local time. And so that there's usually a big fade going against the team that wins the night game on Friday night in that conference because they're typically playing against a team that's rested that has a bye. So expect a move to be on that team tomorrow morning.
So when you say this Northern Iowa, you mean Northern Iowa under, right?
Well, Northern Iowa under, right? Northern Iowa under, right? Exactly. But I'm saying look for a move tomorrow morning on that conference game with the winner of that.
So I mean, to simplify this, right? To keep it really simple, the winner of this Northern Iowa game fade them tomorrow in the Saturday early game.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh wow. But why would they? Well, I mean, why would they do that to a team to
Yeah, great question. I don't know. It's just a unique element of that conference that happens every year.
But I can't. This just triggered something that I wanted to say. Remember August Pritzlaff? I picked him up Sunday night. He went out here to the Speedway for the Las Vegas 300, and I forgot to mention this to you. Now, how do you like this for scheduling? Now, I know that the WNBA, believe it or not, they do really, really well in scheduling their games. They keep them away from big NBA, so that they don't have to go head-to-head with NBA's big games or certain playoff things, and that they're very good at that. How do you like this one? Talk about a banana or a bozo play. I said to Augie, how was the track? Was it packed? Was it sold out? He goes, not really, Frank. He says, you know why? Because they scheduled the Golden Knights at the same time. So you're Las Vegas. You got the Speedway. You scheduled the Golden Knights to play that day. On the same thing. Come on, man. I mean, what kind of planning is that?
Yeah, that is poor. Although, do you think there's a lot of crossover fans that are both NASCAR fans and NHL fans?
Yeah, no, I mean, what, like you made a pretty good point, but I know one thing is, let's say the Golden Knights were not playing. There's a lot of people on a Sunday afternoon, even though they're not NASCAR fans or nothing. It's a really easy drive, a little bit congested, but the roads are good. Hey, let's go out to the track, and we'll go out and watch the cars, wear a hat, and talk and do whatever. Where now, absolutely not. They're going to go to they're going to go to a Golden Knights game or watch it at a bar. The bars here are packed when the Knights are playing.
We've got a couple picks in from Daniel Wages.
All right, Daniel's in, baby.
So the first one here is Cornell +6.
Okay.
And then this is through our YouTube live chat, by the way. So youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports. You can see us live. You can see Frank and Brian's ugly mugs.
Thank you.
Casano's other one was Western Carolina.
Yeah, I gave
pick.
that one out
Okay,
already, Brian.
Cool.
That was Joey at joeycasano.com, the real deal, guys. And if it's anything of his testimony, I mean, there's one of his guys, on the Casano team is Daniel Wages, absolutely red hot. Got Cornell +6. Anyway, so Brian, so what kind of a?
He's
but
I was gonna. It's like I was gonna say no. I just he's been red hot. Daniel Wages. It kind of reminds me of Mr. Miyagi and Daniel from the Karate Kid, right? Same thing. I just don't. What I don't know is Joey Casano having Daniel Wages, wax his car as he's teaching him to handicap, or do they just go straight to spreadsheets? I don't know.
Well, you want to know what though, brother? You're going to be able to ask him live because Joey Casano is going to be on with you and me live on Monday, so you can ask Joey.
All right.
I mean, I don't think that Joey is sitting there in front of his screen pupilling him. I think that they're probably really good buddies and told him his handicapping systems and the way he does things. And obviously he seems like a real sharp guy and he caught on. But Joey's going to be on with us. I can't wait to talk to him on Monday. He's been really, really doing a lot of work.
I got a text message just now, actually, from a listener saying that I should clarify that the LSU deal, that no NCAA coach in this round has been charged, that Will Wade has simply been subpoenaed as a witness in this trial. And that's an important point. We don't know exactly where this thing's going. At this point, he's simply been subpoenaed. So,
well, Brian, I mean, after even in this last week right now with the, like now the thing with leaving Neverland and now college basketball, this is corrupt. Every time I turn on the TV, I mean, I think it's just dealing with humans and getting involved and everything. I think after the show tonight, I may go rescue another little dog, because they say if you want a friend, buy a dog. Well, all you got to do is turn on the TV and just see that, like, even Michael Jackson now, the poor guy with leaving Neverland, is corrupt coaches. What the hell's going on around here? Fifth Street Sports, back in 3 minutes.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What? For less than $3 a pill. If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? For 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same unmarked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com, that's MYEVOZ.com, to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
Fifth Street Sports, folks. We are back. This is Friday afternoon, the last couple minutes of the show this week. It's Oklahoma Brian, Frank Perez on Sports Byline, USA Radio Network. We got Joey Casano's picks in, Daniel Wages, Florida Rick. We got Brian's. Brian, AAF, 13-3 the first 16 games. And now you say we are going to do the, the Jenner thing on him and flip and start going over, right?
Yeah. By the way, you mentioned rescuing a dog.
Yeah.
In the last segment. Before you do that, I might be able to make you an offer on I got a couple dogs that are in need of rescue in my house. I don't know if you're interested.
Well, what kind are they?
I got a beagle and a lab. And
my gosh, that's some of the best. How can a beagle and a lab? Why would you get rid of them and keep the humans in the house? I mean, look you're leaving Neverland, LSU, the presidency every time you turn on the TV. You know, I don't know, Brian, do you think this era is more wicked and corrupt than the other ones? Or is it just because we have iPhones or cell phones that take pictures? Like the White House during the John F. Kennedy administration would have probably been just as wicked, right? If you had an iPhone to take pictures of everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. No, I don't. I think it's a little worse now.
It's wild and wacky.
A little bit of that is true. My goal with dogs, by the way, is to never own another dog outright. I'd like to have like a timeshare model. I'd like to own like 25%.
Why don't you start leasing a dog like you do a car? You can lease it for 2 years or 3 years.
Sign me up for that. I only need a dog like a few weeks out of the year. I want to be able to go on vacation and not have to deal with warehousing my dog.
So you want to get rid of your beagle and your lab? Oh my gosh! How old are they? Wait a second. How old are they?
Well, that's the tough part. The lab is 12, and the beagle's 8. They're geriatric pets.
Forget it, brother. They're looking at a lot of vet bills there. But my friend, thank you for the great show. A great topic we'll have. I was Oklahoma Brian. I'm Frank Perez. You guys, we appreciate you listening. Have a beautiful weekend. We'll see you Monday, 1 p.m. Pacific. Joey Casano will be with us. Have a great weekend and good luck.